Hi everybody, this is the Ninth Wave, and today I'm going to show you how to make a playable doll or bear for The Sims 2. A couple of programs you're going to need, and I will give you the links to these in the description, are SimPE, Milkshake, and The Sims 2, and you're going to need a program called Meshing Toolkit, which was originally made for The Sims 3, but you can also use it to do certain things in Sims 2 creation. Okay, so first off, create a folder on your desktop called Meshes. And I already have mine. It's got my last project in there, so I'm going to clear this out. And now once you have your folder on your desktop called Meshes, you're going to want to download a extracted from game of a doll or bear that you can use. And I go to a website that extracts meshes from games, and I convert a lot of stuff from there. So I'll give you a link to this website too in the description. So once you're at your gaming website, you can look through here and find dolls and bears that you want, or you can search, or you can go through the different types of games, PC or Xbox or whatever. Alright, so we're going to do a Bugs Bunny doll because he turned out pretty good in my game without any problems using him or anything. So search for Bugs Bunny, and he's the first one, so we're going to go ahead and download him. So download Bugs Bunny. He looks like that. You're going to want to pick a doll or bear that has his arms or her arms down like this, because that's how the Sims 2 bear is. Now, of course, if their arms are straight out, you can move them down with Milkshake, but it's easier just to get one that's already like that, as close to your mesh as you can possibly get. So go ahead and download him. And extract him to your meshes folder you created on your desktop. Alright, open your meshes folder and the Bugs Bunny folder, and you can go ahead and delete the whiskers because that's a whole lot of trouble. We're not going to get into that. So delete the whiskers and delete the MTL material file for Bugs. So all we have left is the OBJ and the texture. Now I know this texture looks really odd, but somehow they got it to work in the mesh. They made it look just like Bugs Bunny from that little texture. You usually don't see textures like that, but in this case, that's what they did, and somehow it worked. But anyway, open up Milkshake. Oops, I already had Bugs Bunny in there. Go to File, New, and go to File, Import, Wavefront OBJ, and import your Bugs Bunny from your meshes folder. And you can see here that he's humongous. He's way bigger than he needs to be. First of all, we're going to delete some things. When you click on this default, nothing turns red, so that shows me that's just an empty thing. So we can press delete on that, and this is his whiskers that we're going to delete. I don't recall Bugs Bunny having whiskers anyway, so, but maybe he did. I might be wrong. But anyway, go to Select, and then in your Model tab, click on Scale, and make sure Origin is selected under Scale Options, and in all three of these boxes, type in 0.09. And just press Scale one time, and that should scale him to an almost appropriate height. when we import the Sims 2 bear, we're going to compare and scale him down a little bit more. But this is fine how he is right now. So go to File, Export, and go to where it says Wavefront Object, and export it over your bugs object. Now go to File, New. Alright, now we're going to open SimPE. And I should have probably already had SimPE open, which I usually do when I do these tutorials, but I closed it and I checked the tutorial and it was the sound was kind of messed up, so I had to start again. But anyway, you're going to open SimPE. It might take it a little while to open. You just have to be patient with it sometimes. Alright, go down where it says Object Workshop and press Start. One thing I want to go over real quick, in case you haven't already done it, go to your Extra tab at the top and go to Preferences. And sometimes this takes a little while to load up too. Go to File Table and make sure only Include Original, Include Graphics, and Include CEP is checked. You don't want any of these other boxes checked, because if you do check them, when you clone from it, it will require that. So if you had to uncheck any of these boxes, sometimes you have to uncheck all of them, except for Original, Graphics, and CEP. You keep those three. Press Reload and wait for it to get done down here, and when it gets done, press OK. And then restart SimPE. Now you only have to do that if you had expansion packs or sub packs checked in your file table. If you already have base game, then you don't have to worry about it. Alright, go to General, Child, and we're going to work with the first bear you see, the Durable Plush Teddy Bear. Durably Plush Teddy Bear. And go to Next, Set Defaults, Start, and change the name to Bugs. We can leave the price the same, and we can change the description to Bugs Bunny. And then press Finish. Now you're going to want to erase everything before the hyphen. You don't want to erase the hyphen, and you don't want to erase any of this. So just erase Teddy Bear and name it BBTS2TNW. You can name it anything you want, but make sure that name is pretty short. So you want to abbreviate stuff like that to keep that name short. Press Update. OK. And save it to your documents. EA Games, The Sims 2, Downloads, and I already have one from the previous tutorial, so I'm just going to save it over that. And what that does is that places it in your game. Right now it's just a clone of the bear, so it's exactly the same. We're going to make some changes, and then we're going to save it, and it's going to be Bugs Bunny in your game instead of a bear. Alright, go down in the resource tree to texture image, TXTR, and there's two textures, there's clean and worn. I don't really see any point of changing them because there's no real point in having a dirty state for a bear. I'm sure there's a reason why they did that, but I just keep them the same. So go to Build DXT, under Sharpen, select None, and since this texture is smaller than the Maxis texture, we don't need to change anything in the levels box. But if it was larger, we would change the levels to 12. And press Open, and go to your desktop, Meshes, and do your little texture and press Build. And I don't know how they did that, but for some miraculous reason they got it to work with Bugs Bunny Mesh. I don't know how they did it, but like I said, you don't usually see textures that tiny that look like that, but in this case you do. So go to Commit when you get your texture over that, and on your worn side go to Build DXT. Under Format, make sure DTX3 is selected and press None. Under Sharpen, and browse your texture again. Press Commit. Okay. Now you're going to want to go to your GMDC geometric data container in the resource tree and again in the resource list. And with a lot of meshes, you go ahead and export it, but we're not going to do that with this because it has joints. So we're going to extract it instead of exporting it. So right click on it and go to Extract and browse to your meshes folder and save it. Don't change the name. Well, you can change the name if you want to, but I usually don't like to change the name because for some reason I think it's supposed to be like the original or something. So, but just keep the name the same or change it and save it. And then go in Milkshake and go to File, Import, Sims 2 Unimesh Import. Go to your Meshes folder where you saved your mesh. And it says some skin weights do not total 100%. Do you want these corrected? You press yes, because that means the joints aren't exactly right. So you want the joints to be 100% right. So press yes. Alright. Now, once we have this bear in here, we can export him for use with the meshing toolkit. So go to your Groups tab and erase where it says bear and type in group underscore base, all lowercase letters, and do rename. Then we can go to Edit, select all, File, Export, and go down to where it says TSR Workshop Object. You're going to need TSR Workshop initially to get the plugins for Milkshake. You just put the plugins you get from TSR Workshop into your Milkshake folder. Alright, so we're going to save this as reference. Press save. Now we're going to go File, Import, Wavefront Object, and import Bugs Bunny. And you see he's just a little bit bigger. Go to Edit, select None, and go to Bugs. Select Bugs, and go to Model, Scale, and make sure Origin is selected in the Scale options, and put 0.99 in all of these boxes. That scales him down just a little bit, not drastically like we did with 0.09. We're going to do 0.99, and we're going to scale him. Just keep pressing scale until we get him matching with the Sims 2 bear like we want it. Okay, that looks good. So now we're going to want to get him centered in with the bear. So we go to Move tab and move him a little bit forward. You can move him back in this square. Alright, go to Groups tab and delete group underscore base. And we're going to name Bugs also group underscore base. All lowercase letters. Rename it. And go to File, Export, TSR Workshop, and save it as Modify under your meshes. Okay. Now go to File, New, and we don't want to save. And go to Documents. Well, this is just, Documents is just where I put the meshing toolkit. You can put it anywhere you want, but I keep all my programs and stuff in my Documents folder. So go to Mesh Toolkit and open Mesh Toolkit. Now go to Auto Tools for Workshop Object, WSO, Auto Tools for WSO, and when it says Workshop Mesh to Modify, we select File and go to our Modify. And when it says Reference Mesh, we select File and go to our Reference. Do Assignments and Save. You don't really have to worry about what's in here. Just press Do Assignments and Save, and name it New, and save it. You can close out Meshing Toolkit. Now go back into Milkshape and go to File, Import, Sims 2 Unimesh Import, your bear, and click Yes on that. Now go to File, Import, TSR Workshop Object Import, and click your New. The new one is Bugs Bunny with his joints assigned like the bear. And you want to always import that over your Sims 2 Unimesh file of the original Sims 2 bear. You want to import the Sims 2 bear first, then import the TSR Workshop. You can only import things over Sims 2 Unimesh. You can't import Sims 2 Unimesh over anything else. Well, you can, but it'll give you an error and it won't work. Alright, now where it says bear, go to bear and press comment and copy the comment and go to group underscore base, that's Bugs Bunny, and paste the comment. Now you can delete the bear model, and where it says group underscore base, rename it bear, lowercase, all lowercase, and press rename. Now you're going to want to check on some things in the joints tab, so go to joints and click on any joint or even the one that's selected and go to comment, and you can see if it has this information in the joint comment, you know you did something right. Alright, now you can go to draw vertices with bone colors, and you can see that Bugs Bunny is colored. That means he has assigned joints just like the Sims 2 bear. Okay, now you can go to edit, select all, file, export, Sims 2 Unimesh export, and export over the long name that you extracted from SimPE with the original Sims 2 bear. So export it over that. And back in SimPE, you're going to want to highlight everything in the file name under the GMDC and go to copy, and up here in the resource list we want to replace with the Bugs Bunny we imported over it, and click yes. Now erase that again and paste what you just copied and press commit and OK. Now one thing we're going to want to check on to see if Bugs Bunny has the textures and joints and everything right is preview. So go to preview, click preview, and that might take it a while for it to load as well. And you see that Bugs Bunny looks just fine in the preview. Alright, and then you go to commit, okay. Now you want to go to your object data, OBJD, and erase part of your object data, the last 4 numbers probably, and give it a unique number and letters and numbers. So we're going to call it like 667A. Your numbers can only be A's through F's, and your letters can be anything, but your numbers can only be A's through F's. Now, used to in the old days, we could just press gid and give it a gid that way, and it'd be very simple. But we can't do it like that anymore. So you have to give it your own gid. So press update, MMATs, and commit. Don't click update all MMATs. Just press update MMATs and commit, and file, save, and you're done. You just made a bear playable doll Bugs Bunny for The Sims 2. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.